Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a personal finance book written by Robert Kiyosaki and Sharon Lechter. The book is a memoir of Kiyosaki's two fathers, one biological and one who was his best friend's father and a successful entrepreneur. Kiyosaki contrasts the mindsets and financial behaviors of his rich dad and poor dad, highlighting the differences in their approaches to money management, investing, and business. The book has been praised for its straightforward writing style and simple explanations of financial concepts. It has also been criticized for its lack of practical advice and for promoting risky investment strategies. Nevertheless, Rich Dad, Poor Dad has been a bestseller for many years and has influenced many people to take control of their financial futures. The first chapter, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book is a memoir of Kiyosaki's childhood and the lessons he learned from his rich dad and poor dad. Kiyosaki's poor dad was highly educated but struggled financially, while his rich dad was a successful entrepreneur who never finished high school. Kiyosaki's rich dad taught him about the importance of financial education and building wealth through investments that generate passive income. Kiyosaki's poor dad believed in the traditional idea of working for a salary and saving money. Kiyosaki believes that the traditional education system does not teach people about money and financial literacy. He argues that the mindset around money is crucial to building wealth and that people should focus on creating assets instead of relying on a job for income. Kiyosaki discusses the concept of financial statements and explains the importance of understanding them to make informed investment decisions. He explains that most people are too afraid to take risks and miss out on opportunities to create wealth. Kiyosaki encourages readers to challenge their beliefs about money and to seek out financial education and mentors to learn more. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them." The second chapter, The Rich Don't Work for Money. The second chapter begins with a story about Kiyosaki and his friend Mike's experience working for free at a local grocery store owned by Mike's dad. Kiyosaki's rich dad teaches him about the importance of not working solely for money, but also for the experience and knowledge gained from the work. Kiyosaki's rich dad explains that the fear of not having money often drives people to work hard at a job they don't enjoy. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of cash flow, which he defines as the movement of money from one asset to another. Kiyosaki explains that the rich focus on acquiring assets that generate passive income and increase their cash flow, while the poor and middle class focus on earning money through a job. Kiyosaki encourages readers to focus on building assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties, stocks, or businesses. Kiyosaki argues that becoming financially independent requires a shift in mindset from working for money to making money work for you. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of taking calculated risks and being willing to learn from failure in order to achieve financial success. Kiyosaki warns against relying solely on a job or a pension and instead encourages readers to create their own financial security through investments. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The most important thing is that you did something. Most people only talk and dream of getting rich. You've done something." The third chapter, Why Teach Financial Literacy? The third chapter emphasizes the importance of financial education and literacy in building wealth and achieving financial independence. Kiyosaki argues that financial education should be a priority in schools and in families, but it is often neglected. He explains that many people are trapped in a cycle of debt and struggle financially because they lack financial literacy. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of the income statement and explains how to calculate one's personal income and expenses. He argues that increasing one's income is not enough to achieve financial independence if expenses continue to rise as well. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of reducing expenses and increasing assets that generate passive income to achieve financial security. Kiyosaki introduces the idea of paying yourself first, which means setting aside a portion of income for savings or investments before paying expenses. He encourages readers to take control of their financial lives and not rely on others, such as employers or government programs, for financial security. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of financial literacy in making informed investment decisions and avoiding scams or risky investments. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The love of money is not the root of all evil. The lack of money is the root of all evil." The fourth chapter, Mind Your Own Business. The fourth chapter emphasizes the importance of entrepreneurship and creating one's own business to achieve financial independence. Kiyosaki explains that owning a business allows individuals to control their income and expenses, and to create assets that generate passive income. Kiyosaki distinguishes between different types of income: earned income, passive income, portfolio income, and capital gains. He encourages readers to focus on creating assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties, businesses, or investments. Starting a business requires taking risks, but that the potential rewards are worth it. Kiyosaki explains that owning a business requires financial education and literacy in order to manage cash flow, expenses, and investments. He encourages readers to think creatively and outside of the box when it comes to starting a business or creating assets. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of the rat race, which refers to the cycle of working hard at a job to pay for expenses and debt, and argues that entrepreneurship is a way to escape this cycle. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of investing in one's own education and skills in order to be successful as an entrepreneur. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The thing I fear most is not daring to take risks. In this ever-changing world, the biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk." The fifth chapter of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. The fifth chapter explores the history of taxes and their impact on individuals and businesses. Kiyosaki argues that taxes have been used throughout history as a tool for governments to control their citizens and extract wealth from them. The rich use corporations to legally minimize their taxes and increase their wealth. Kiyosaki distinguishes between employees and self-employed individuals, who typically pay higher taxes, and business owners and investors, who have more opportunities to reduce their tax burden. He emphasizes the importance of financial education and understanding tax laws in order to legally reduce one's tax burden. Kiyosaki argues that corporations have more power and advantages than individuals, and encourages readers to think like business owners in order to achieve financial success. The rich use assets, such as real estate or stocks, to generate passive income and reduce their tax burden. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of the cash flow quadrant, which categorizes individuals as employees, self-employed, business owners, or investors, and encourages readers to strive for the right side of the quadrant, where there is more opportunity for passive income and reduced taxes. Kiyosaki argues that taxes are not fair, but that individuals can use legal strategies to minimize their tax burden and increase their wealth. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The rich make money work for them. The poor and middle class work for money." The sixth chapter, The Rich Invent Money. The sixth chapter explores the concept of financial innovation and how the rich use it to create wealth. The rich do not rely on traditional financial tools, such as savings accounts or mutual funds, but rather create their own financial instruments. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of financial intelligence, which includes understanding financial markets and the use of financial tools to create wealth. Financial innovation can take many forms, such as creating a new business, investing in stocks, or creating a new financial instrument. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of taking calculated risks and thinking outside of the box in order to create wealth. He encourages to learn about financial markets and financial tools in order to create their own financial innovations. The rich often create financial instruments that benefit themselves and their networks, rather than the general public. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of network marketing, where individuals can create their own business by selling products or services to their networks. Network marketing is a powerful tool for creating wealth, but that it requires dedication, hard work, and financial education. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad: "The world is full of talented poor people. All too often, they're poor or struggle financially or earn less than they are capable of, not because of what they know but because of what they do not know." The seventh chapter, Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. The seventh chapter argues that traditional education does not teach financial literacy or how to create wealth. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of lifelong learning and acquiring skills that will allow individuals to create wealth. He encourages readers to seek out mentors who can teach them about finance and investing. Kiyosaki argues that the traditional model of going to school to get a job and work for money is outdated and limiting. The rich often work to learn, rather than working for money, and use their knowledge to create wealth. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of financial leverage, where individuals can use other people's money, time, and expertise to create wealth. Traditional job security is an illusion and encourages readers to create their own security by acquiring valuable skills and knowledge. The eighth chapter, Overcoming Obstacles. The eighth chapter discusses the obstacles that prevent people from achieving financial freedom and offers solutions for overcoming them. Kiyosaki argues that fear, cynicism, laziness, and bad habits are some of the biggest obstacles to financial success. He encourages confront their fears and take calculated risks in order to achieve their goals. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of having a positive attitude and surrounding oneself with supportive people. Need to develop good habits, such as saving and investing regularly, and to eliminate bad habits, such as overspending and procrastination. Kiyosaki argues that failure is a necessary part of the learning process and encourages readers to learn from their mistakes. He emphasizes the importance of persistence and determination in achieving financial success. Kiyosaki encourages readers to focus on their goals and to avoid getting sidetracked by distractions and other people's agendas. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad. "The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth." The ninth chapter, Getting Started. The ninth chapter provides practical advice for getting started on the path to financial freedom. He encourages readers to educate themselves about personal finance and investing. Kiyosaki advises readers to start small and gradually build up their investment portfolio over time. He emphasizes the importance of taking action and not waiting for the perfect moment to start. Kiyosaki advises readers to find a good financial advisor or mentor to guide them in their investment decisions. He warns against investing in something just because it is popular or because others are doing it. Kiyosaki encourages readers to invest in assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties or dividend-paying stocks. He advises readers to diversify their investments in order to minimize risk. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad. "The best way to predict the future is to study the past and understand the present." The 10th chapter, Still Want More? Here are some to-dos. The 10th chapter provides a list of practical actions that readers can take to improve their financial literacy and achieve financial freedom. Set clear financial goals and create a plan for achieving them. Invest in your education and continue learning about personal finance and investing. Track your expenses and create a budget in order to control your spending. Kiyosaki encourages readers to save money and to invest in assets that generate passive income. He advises readers to be cautious when it comes to debt and to avoid taking on too much debt. Surround yourself with people who are financially savvy and supportive. Kiyosaki advises readers to be patient and to not expect overnight success. The chapter ends with a quote from Kiyosaki's Rich Dad. "It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for."
Thank you for watching.